Hi, Vicky Wu here with part of our Moving Your Business from Survive to Thrive series. And today I want to talk about how you can turn a weakness into a strength. I know as entrepreneurs, we're all worried about the impact of quarantine and self-isolation on our business. And I know that there's some entrepreneurs who are afraid. I want to tell you a story about a business that almost had to close their doors when their business economy drastically changed until they pivoted. Hopefully this can inspire you. This is actually about one of our favorite restaurants in the whole world, Din Tai Fung. They were started in Taiwan, and I've actually had the opportunity to see their very original restaurant as well as dine in a lot of their other locations. Their founder, Yang Bingyi, initially worked about 10 years at Hin Tai Fung, which was a cooking oil retailer in Taiwan. He then wanted to branch out on his own to better support his family. So with his wife, he founded Din Tai Fung, which was also a cooking oil retailer in 1958. That name was a combination of his previous employer's company name, Hin Tai Fung, and his new oil supplier company name, Den Mi Oils. Around 1970, tinned cooking oil became prevalent in Taiwan and business diminished drastically. To put that into a little perspective for you, think about how milk used to be delivered by milkmen, and now it's not. You just go to the store. And milkmen experience the same kind of business atmosphere that Din Tai Fung experienced when cooking oil started being sold in metal cans. Now, to survive, Hin Tai Fung's owner, remember that was his previous boss, suggested that Yang and his wife convert half of his shop to making and selling steamed buns, shai long bao, which are hugely popular in Taiwan and elsewhere in the world. Think about Asian dumplings, steamed dumplings. That's similar to what it is. There's some different variations, and this is one of the variations. Those steamed buns were so popular that the store completely stopped selling oil and became a full restaurant in 1972. That original restaurant is located on Xinyi Road in Taipei. Then in 1966, the first international location opened in Tokyo. Din Tai Fung is now known internationally for their shai long bao. It was actually named one of the top 10 gourmet restaurants in the world by the New York Times in 1993, and in 2010 received a Michelin star, and they were the first restaurant in Taiwan to receive that accolade. They now have restaurants in 12 countries around the world, including 13 or 14 on the West Coast in the United States. I can't wait till they expand to Texas. Their steamed buns are that good, and while we found some other restaurants that come close, you just can't beat their quality. They're definitely made fresh. When you walk in to any of their restaurants, there's a huge glass area where you can see their steamed bun artists back there actually hand making your orders. They also have an interesting aspect of their business in their philosophy. You can look at their different philosophies right on their website, but one of their points is that daily sales targets are not everything. They've chosen to focus on the quality of their food and outstanding service to their customers rather than go the route of perhaps offering the lowest prices that you can find. One of the quotes I hear often is that you can have price, quality, or speed, but not all three. So they're making sure to focus on the ones that make the most sense for their business. If you think through their story, the industry that they started in completely went away, and they pivoted to something pretty much completely different. Yes, they both had to do with cooking, but that's really the only relation that the oil and the steamed buns kind of had in common. I'm not recommending that you necessarily make that large of a pivot, but one of the concepts I've always lived by is to have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D. We used to laugh about this at one of my previous jobs. My assistant would ask me and my coworker a question, and she got to the point where she would just kind of stop and say, wait a minute, I know you have a plan B. And we would laugh. And then it eventually got to where she understood that we also had a plan Z and a plan D, and we went pretty far into the alphabet. The point of this whole story really is don't give up hope. If you know how to run a business, you can transfer those skills to pretty much any kind of business. That's kind of the whole concept that we go through in our 5 days from Create to Sell course that we've revamped right now due to this pandemic. We know that a lot of businesses are looking either for small additional income streams, or some people are having to take an offline in-person business and pivot it somehow to generate some income online during this time. That course walks you through exactly how to do that. We help you take the knowledge and experience that is in your head and turn it into an online or digital product that you can sell. And unlike a lot of courses we've seen that cost way too much money, take way too much time, or are just so complicated that it makes you feel stressed, we've done what we do best. We take all of our knowledge on how to make something really efficient, how to make a bunch of different programs and platforms and strategies work together, and we've boiled it down for you into 5 days worth of steps to help you get a digital product up and running quickly. I'll drop the link to that down below, and hopefully this story about Din Tai Fung, which is one of our favorite restaurants in the world, has given you some hope and inspiration. As always, if you have any marketing questions, feel free to drop them down below or visit our website, vickiwoo.us, and in the bottom right corner, you will see a chat bubble icon, and you can ask your question there as well. We'll try to answer you directly, or we may feature your question on an upcoming episode.